Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the match preview. Everton versus Norwich City, Saturday, 3 o'clock, Goodison Park. Home comfort, please.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, last home game we beat Burnley 3-1. We've lost to Villa since then and gone out of the Carabao Cup. So hoping to play Norwich and to beat Norwich at the weekend. I've just seen something that says Norwich have lost the last 15 Premier League games. You don't want to see that. But, I mean, how are you placing any importance on this game? For me, it feels like a big game, just momentum-wise.
Yeah.
Not like this huge game that defines the season, but just for momentum. Do you see it like that? Or?
Yeah, because it's a week before Manchester United, and then I think it's the international break, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, let's stop any kind of negative momentum now. Let's get 3 points at home. You know, we know it's not going to be necessarily an easy game. It's the Premier League, and we're decimated by injuries, so we know it's going to be tough. But let's just make sure it's one of those games where, you know, everyone does their bit, crowd included, and we get the 3 points, and we get back to being positive. Because if we do get the 3 points, you know, that would be 4 wins, a draw, and one defeat in the Premier League, and that's a decent start. That's something to build on.
If we were to win, of course, we'd have exactly the same points as what we had at this stage last season. When everyone was delighted with the start.
We would, yeah. So, no, it of course it is. It's one of those games where you're thinking, oh, everything's going against us here, but Everton have just got to go out there and just we've got enough players to go out there and go, we're winning this game. We're winning this game comfortably.
I think it is one of those games where it's more about just getting the points, isn't it? We all want to see Everton play great football, and we've wanted to see that for a few years, but we want to go and enjoy the game and all that. But for me right now, it just feels like it's about accumulating points and trying, like you just said, United out the way, international break, get Richarlison, Don back, Pickford and go from there. Okay, so it's Ultimate Fan time. We're picking our team for this week. Last week I got 35 points.
I got 30.
That's better though. We've got slightly better.
We've got slightly better because we've got better teams because of our packs.
That is true. We are both Gold Pack members. That's $4.99 a month. You can be Silver members for $2.99 a month. You can play it free for nothing. Your plays won't be as good, but you can still get your points.
And I got £5 off Uber Eats as well to basically pay for itself for the month. So I got Andy Robinson, I got Tielemans, and I got Mahrez this week, as well as a few others.
Yeah.
So I am bringing in Tielemans for Alan, Laporte for Luca Dean, because obviously he's a doubt. I'm going to bring Saka in for Jorginho.
I want points, so I've left Liverpool players in, to be honest. But I'm taking out Richarlison because obviously he's injured, so I'm swapping him with Ismail Sarr, and I'm going to put in N'Golo Kante because basically, even though they're playing against Man City, he's been boss.
Yeah.
So my team's going to be Van Dijk, Kyle Walker, Mason Greenwood, Souček. I've gone with every week because he scored a lot last year. Okay.
There you go. I need to get a new team. Newcastle's my team, and they're killing me. So don't forget the gold pack, $4.99 a month. You get 2 guaranteed golds in that and a silver. The silver pack is $2.99 a month. You get 3 silver cards in that, plus exclusive content this month. It's £5 off Uber Eats, and there's also a free-to-play pack as well. Don't forget the link is in the description. Ultimate Fan. Make sure you download the app on whatever mobile phone you've got.
So there you go, Ultimate Fan. Back to the Norwich game. Obviously, like I said before, it felt like we were doing really well. We went into that Villa game, and even though I know once the team news come out or the Tories, everything kind of went, oh, here we go. But it did feel like we were creating a forward momentum, and then almost like a week later, it feels like the momentum running the other way.
Listen, the Villa game was obviously our first defeat. QPR game,
it's a draw.
It's a draw, isn't it? But it you know, people obviously, you know, you don't want to go out of cup competition. Doesn't matter how you go out. No, you got to wrestle that momentum back. It's as simple as that. We're at home. We're against a poor side, a side who haven't really strengthened, or very open, or desperate for a win. So what does that say? It says that they'll probably come out and be attacking, which means that...
That's the only way they can play,
which means there's going to be plenty of opportunities. And yes, we are missing, a couple of our big players, but you just hope that, you hope that Luca Dean is fit. Last night it was a case of, when they were talking about it last night, they were saying, we'll have to wait and see. The player went on Instagram himself, which is, a positive thing you always think.
Prepared, ready for something.
Yeah. So you think about it, thinking he didn't get stretchered off or anything. He just went off and might have been a precaution. So you hope he's okay. And then you hope that the likes, you'll have hopefully Allen, the Corey, get that
midfield,
midfield. You've got the likes of Townsend, the Mari Gray, and then hopefully if Rondon's got a little bit more in the tank, that's all you can hope for. Have a bully up there who's going to be a little bit more aggressive in this game. Again, that's something you need. You're at home at Goodison Park. We've seen it in the Burnley game. The crowd gets behind you. It can make a big difference, and I think that's got to be that's important on Saturday as well. We have that as well. Yeah. We have the fans knowing and understanding that there's people out there working hard, and these are the games you've got to, I think there's this thing with Everton and Evertonians, and we all fall into the trap of, you're looking at this game and you're going, oh no, banana skin, and you go in with that mentality. You're trying to reverse that mentality. This is what people are doing. They're coming to our club and they're trying to reverse that mentality of going, no. This is a great opportunity to reverse what's just happened, not continue it. And we are without players, but we've got other players.
We have got to be wary though. We played last time they were up. They were struggling, and they come to Goodison and he beat us 2-0. Marco Silva's last home game, wasn't it, the manager? And a day that we thought we'd win, and it went the other way. But I think this time, it's a more positive thing of the way we start. And you're right, you've just named players there in the final third who can cause Norwich problems. I don't look at them as a poor side. I look at them as a championship side that haven't strengthened really. They play nice football, but they're wide open, and that means that Everton have got to really exploit those gaps. It might be one of them, and people might like it, but we might just give them the ball and go, right, you have the ball, and we're gonna play on the counter-attack, and that might be the best way to do it. Nick it high and use the pace of Townsend and Gray to really get at them, and the Corey's got to get involved in this one. You mentioned this something before off air, and I thought about it as well, is that the only thing is that if Luca Dean's out, we could see a return to the 4 centre-halves at the back. And that, mightn't be the worst thing in the world if that is how it is, because it is good to start from a base where it's not going to be something we carry on, obviously. But hopefully Luca Dean is fit and we can exploit them, because there's going to be gaps in that.
I think this is, for me, we go to Old Trafford next week, and listen, we'll have to wait and see what happens with that, who we've got available and all the rest of it. But after that international break, no one will give us a chance at Old Trafford. This is the game we think you've got to get points on the board in this. You've got to get 3 points in this. You've got to be positive. And then after that international break, you're hoping that we get those 4 players back. Yeah. And then we have, because I think we all believe that our first 11 is decent. It's a decent side. Who can beat sides. We've seen that, going down to Brighton with these players, and Brighton have only lost 1 game this season and won all the rest. Yeah. I know they haven't played too many good sides, but that's what I'm saying. There was a calmness about us that day. There was a control, and that sort of disappears when you haven't got all your best players. Of course, it does. People feel a bit unnerved. The goalkeeper putting someone in at right back who's not a right back, having someone who's up front who's only played a couple of games in 5 months. Of course, it doesn't all fit together. So this is a game for me where let's get through it. Let's get the 3 points. Let's be professional. Let's grind it out. We're a better team than they are. Okay, we might be struggling a little bit squad-wise, but I still think we're a better team.
Is there anyone from the other night who would come into the thinking? Well, it's basically, would Anthony Gordon come into your thinking at all?
Not as a starter. No. But who's to say he can't come off the bench and just add that little spark and have his confidence?
Their run of form isn't great. Said that before. Started the season with a 3-0 home defeat to Liverpool, lost 5-0 at Man City, beat Bournemouth 6-0 in the Cup, but then lost at home to Leicester, lost at Arsenal, and lost at home to Watford last time opening Liverpool. albeit Liverpool reserve team, but Norwich's reserve team as well. Liverpool run off 3-0 winners. So
I think we
they're
saw
letting goals in.
But I think we saw last week at Arsenal, they were trying to be a little bit tighter. You know, they got beat by a poor goal, really. And so maybe they'll come and try and think, let's frustrate these. I just think that we've got to puff out our chest and say, you know, we're going to go for this today. There's points there to win. Yeah. It's difficult. It's difficult because you don't know. It's like we said this about the Burnley game. It's going to be a team. They were like a team that you thought they'll come and frustrate us, and they did. And when they scored, and then obviously we got the equaliser and the game opened up very, very quickly. I think we've got good enough players and we play well on the counter-attack that we can spring these teams. Got to be clinical. We'll get chances. We'll absolutely get chances if people work hard. You go back to that Norwich game that we got beaten under Marco Silva, and I remember the biggest thing that I remember from that game was players not working hard, people just jogging, not doing the basics, and we were embarrassed that day. And Marco Silva looked like a beaten man at the end of it. But we can't have that. We've got to have people who are working hard. I think we do have people who work hard. I think there's players in the starting 11 who will. And that, you know, based on that midfield, or you know, Townsend and Decore and Allen and Gray gives us something else as well. And yeah, maybe I might have to.
Well, he's got to, hasn't he? He's got to work hard. I mean, looking at Norwich, you know, they, like we said before, obviously they lost Buendia, who was a big player for them last season. Kept Max Aarons, who we were very interested in. They come up letting goals in for fun, but they have got in Pukki. They've got someone who can put the ball in the net. We've took him out as highlighted them as the danger man. Let's have a look at him. Up on there, forward, 5 games so far this season, 2 goals. Key passes 0.4. I mean, that's not great. I don't know why let's put that up there, but there you go. But Teemu Pukki, Teemu Pukki is a player who, if you give a chance to, he can finish. You know, he took his goal well against Watford last week. But what Watford did really well last week was spring them. And obviously, in Ismail Sarri is quick, and they got in. And obviously, they had Emmanuel Dennis, who does a fantastic somersault celebration when he scored. But Watford showed that you can't spring them. But in Pukki, we're going to have to keep an eye out for him because his movement's really good and he can put the ball in the net, can't he?
Most definitely. Listen, they'll get a couple of chances. You know, they will. And yeah, he's someone who scored very consistently in the Championship, but hasn't been able to take that next step up in the Premier League. Probably the lack of pace. But he's a finisher, and he's proved that. So you're always wary. You just got to stop them getting chances. Simple as that. And I just think if we work hard and we're professional, and we stick to our game plan, and also we don't panic, which I think we've done quite well this season. I'm not doing that too, you know, in general. So it's there to be won. Go and win the game. Get the momentum going the other way. Yeah,
definitely. Be a tough game. No, it'll be a tough game, but hopefully Everton can come out the other side with the 3 points. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Are you worried about this as an Everton fan? I'm sure a few of you are. But you know, what have you made of the start so far? I think it's been a decent start. If we win this game, I think it's been a good start, to be fair, in the league, points-wise, of course it is. And then we go to Manchester United, which will be tough. If you're a Norwich fan, how are you viewing this? Are you looking at it thinking this is the right time to play Everton? Could well be. Time will tell, obviously, at the weekend. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. If you want more videos, join us over on Patreon. And don't forget, download and play Ultimate Fan. See you later.